Hey loves, how's it going out there? Alright, tonight making another poem video. This one is 154, and I got a very good poem on a very wonderful character that you all may know of. And let's just say Lucy Lawless, the famous actress from New Zealand, played this character that we all remember very much of. This show was around the 90s, having to come to an end in the early 2000s, say like 2001. But it was still a very good show because a lot of people remember it very much as ever, especially with Lucy Lawless playing this wonderful female character that no one can ever forget. And this character really ex- expanded not only over the country of where not only over the country of where she's from, but also all over the world as ever. And no one can ever get enough of no one can ever get enough of this character that Lucy Lawless played as ever. And I remember the show very much as ever. Lucy Lawless is a very wonderful actress for playing this character, and I praise her for playing this character as ever. Lucy, if you're watching this one is for you as I read this poem based on the character that she played as ever. Tonight's poem video, 154. The poem I'm going to read you guys is on the famous character from this TV show known as Xena, the warrior princess. Now, I remember this show because this show was around when I was growing up in the 90s, having to watch it come to an end in early 2000. In early 2000. So, yeah. So get ready as I read you this poem. You guys are gonna love this because I remember Xena very much, the princess, and let's not forget her best friend, her pal and comrade, Miss Gabrielle, who was always by her side. Oh yes, Xena was played by the great Lucy Lawless, coming from New Zealand, and I believe Gabriel was played by Miss Lovely Renee O'Connor. So yeah, these two are besties in real life, especially when it comes to playing the characters that they play on the show as ever. So yeah, so get ready as I read you this poem on Xena, the warrior princess. Give me 1 second. All right, loves, here we go. The poem on Xena, the warrior princess, as I call this poem, All Hail Xena. I remember a warrior princess who was very brave when it came to a journey or adventure being saved. Xena was the best warrior you can never defeat. She was a huge inspiration that brought the treat. You had her best friend Gabriel by her side, as the two always fought with warrior pride. Xena was everyone's favorite fighter that never fell. She was ready any time for a war from hell. I would watch her rise like you would picture in your mind, a memory you can never leave behind. Xena is a true pleasure for anyone that wants to be her. She could make you feel like you are tough as nails. You have the right to prevail. Long live the warrior princess. And get ready as I show you the picture of the great Xena, known as the warrior princess. Ta-da! Let me hold up this picture right here so you guys can see for yourselves. Yep. Thank you, and you can see on the bottom it says I put down there saying thank you, Lucy, for a memory to remember. Yep, Xena, the warrior princess. I remember the show very much, especially when it was around the 90s, having it to end in the early 2000s. Yep, Lucy Lawless. She did a very wonderful job playing this character. And I praise her as the character. I praise her for playing the character as ever. Lucy Lawless, you are a real, how do I say this, a real ass kicking machine, especially in female style. And that's the best part about you. All hail Xena, the warrior princess. I'm gonna hold this up for you, love, so you all can see it for yourselves. almost there. Yeah, in a few minutes. I'm gonna hold this up in a few more for a few more minutes, and then it'll be time to wrap it up. Okay, have it. There you have it, loves. That was my poem for tonight on 154. With my poem reading on with me reading my poem on Xena, the Warrior Princess. I'm so glad I got to write this poem because I remember Xena the Warrior Princess very much, especially when the show was around, like I said, in the 90s, having to come to an end in the early 2000s, but it will always be a memory of a show where this was a show where you got to see a female fighter become a huge inspiration for any loves out there that want to be just like her, especially when it comes to being any hero that you have in mind of becoming. So I'm glad I got to do this poem. And like I said, Miss Lucy Lawless, if you're ever watching this one was dedicated to you because you played a very phenomenal character that rose to where you are and rose to where she is as of this day. As of this day. So thank you, Lucy. You are the best as ever, especially as Xena the Warrior Princess. So I say all hail to the great Lucy Lawless, known as the Warrior Princess. Oh yes. I'm so glad I got to do this poem. And I'm very glad I did. So I hope you loves enjoy this poem. I just want to say thank you for your time. I'm so glad I got to do this, and I was hoping and I was able to get this done before I take care of something else. So I say this right out. I'll see you loves next time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night, and be safe as ever. Thank you for your time. Take care.